Hey guys, what is up today? I'm back with another PvP guide for you. If you're liking these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, share it on Reddit, share with your friends, share with other Protoss players. I want people to see this content because I think it's really valuable. And so if you are enjoying it, if you're getting good use out of it, please share with everyone. I'm going to jump right into today's guide, and it's going to be another PvP guide, as we have been doing. Now, this morning, there was a bug fix, apparently, you know, for the Oracle, which has like severely nerfed it. The topic of today's video will actually be going Oracle against Stargate in this matchup. And you're probably thinking, what? Both players open Stargate and you decide to go Oracle? And yeah, there's actually quite a few strengths to going Oracle versus Phoenix. As the Phoenix player, you have to stay defensive, or else the Oracles will get into your mineral line, kill a whole bunch of probes, and then you're just like behind. It keeps the Phoenix player defensive, so you know that's really good. So there's ways to play around it, and I'm going to show you that today. So as we have been doing in all the other videos, completely standard opening. Check the description for the build order. Scout after core. In this game as well, my opponent opens with double Stalker, and that actually sort of pushes me towards going Oracle, because, you know, I scout slightly later and whatnot. So once again, we're going Stalker Sentry, warp gate immediately, and we're looking for the third pylon on his side of the map. We see two. Check over here, check up here, check down here, and we shall find it up here. Almost lost it. Now I like to keep my probe around for as long as possible, trying to see if, you know, if a Stalker walks down the ramp or two Adepts come down the ramp, you know, you're facing that. They can get a bit tricky and like hide the second Stalker, but for the most part, you should be able to find out what two units your opponent has built. You can also build a Pylon right here, so you can, you know, 100% see what units they're building, and then cancel it when it's almost done. But yeah, so I know that he's going double Stalker, so instead of sending my sentry out on the map, I bring it back into my main base. I build a second Stalker and a shield battery. This is a very safe opening. I still had my Stargate on at the exact same time. It's just that we've stopped probing, and we're going to produce out, you know, cut probes, produce a second Stalker, shield battery, and then get the Nexus. Against two Adepts, you still might struggle to put down this Nexus. Make sure you have a probe in the wall so you can block that shade. So while this was happening, I sent my hallucination out. I'm checking to see if it's a 3-gate robo. That's the main thing that I'm concerned about here. In this case, it will be against Stargate, but I immediately start up on an Oracle anyway. I'm not concerned about playing Oracle versus Phoenix, and I'll show you how we play that out. So my hallucination goes in, sees a Nexus, and now I feel quite safe. And it does see the Stargate on the other side of the map, as we can see. Now he's actually doing some pressure. We almost screw up, but he decides to jump on top of my units instead. That's fine. Fine with me. Make sure you keep this probe here in the wall. It's very important. So because of the shield battery, we will hold this push. I'm also going to use my Oracle to fight his units. So because I know that he's going Phoenix, and I've now gone Oracle, this Oracle's job is just to not die, okay? If you keep this Oracle alive, it's done its job. And so I'm just going to chuck it off in some corner of the map. In this game, I chuck it up here. In other games, I leave them here, you know, anywhere, right? Sit them here. If the Phoenix come across the map, then you dive in with your double Oracle. In this game, I get a slightly faster Twilight, but you can mix it up. You could go second Oracle, or you could go Twilight first. Because he saw my Oracle and I had to use it, I went for the Twilight straight away instead of the second Oracle, but I'm still going to get a second Oracle. So as you can see, I have hidden my first Oracle up in this side of the map. I'm building a second Oracle, and now I start Blink. So the transition that we're going for is Blink Stalkers, obviously, and with a very quick third base. The problem with going Twilight, as you probably saw in my previous video, is that your opponent could go Oracles, right? And be really aggressive and get a lot of probe kills, stuff like this. So by you going Oracle, it forces them to go Phoenix, It gives you so much time. You can now take a third base really quickly, and you get the benefits of opening Blink, right? Blink is so versatile, you can get such an early third and whatnot. So with these two oracles that are now sitting up here, if the Phoenix ever come across to my side of the map, they're just going to dive in, okay? And try and focus fire down as many probes as possible. In the meantime, what am I doing? I'm adding probes, I'm adding stalkers, I've added a third Nexus, and I'm going to add my forge. For the most part, you go up to 3 gases. You don't need a 4th gas. What your composition is going to be is mainly zealots. You're going to do a massive zealot flood, okay, with a couple of archons, but it's all about the zealot production, so only 3 gases needed. So now he does bring his Phoenix in. Immediately, I send my oracles to his base. And in this game, they're going to get quite a bit of damage done. And if you play properly, these kinds of things will happen. Sometimes you won't get damage done, but you still will be in a great position. It's just if you get the damage done, you're in an amazing position. And like I said, the Oracle was nerfed today, but I think actually I played this game on the current patch with the Oracle nerf. And I think if you have 2 Oracles, it actually doesn't matter that much, to be fair. It doesn't matter because you're focus firing and microing around. I do lose both the Oracles, but I killed a whole bunch of probes. And you're probably thinking, well, now you're just so far ahead, you can win anyway. I actually sort of screw up and I let the Phoenix come across the map and kill a whole bunch of my probes, so it evens out. What am I doing? I'm going to 8 gateways, chrono boosting out charge, +1 attack. Add as many gateways as you can see, adding 6, 2 more in the natural as well, for a total of 8. This would be a good time to add a robo as well. I would be adding it at this point, but Phoenix are about to come across the map and slightly delay me. But the game plan from here is just to hit a mass charge lot timing. Saturate your third base, don't take any more gas, and then go do almost like an all-in. And there's 2 benefits to doing this. Firstly, if your opponent in this game, you know, he builds a lot of immortals because he has to deal with blink stalkers, and like I showed you in the previous video, you then go for, you know, an 8 gate pure like push on 2 base, and you don't saturate your third even if you do take it. Well, if they do that up against your army, they're just gonna get crushed because you're just gonna overwhelm them with too many zealots, right? So what they have to do is take a third base and be defensive, but then you can hit a strong timing with your increased economy. Unfortunately, I lose actually quite a few probes this game. He ends up killing more workers than me, so, you know, I'm still up 6 workers, and that's because of my opening. I didn't have to build these Phoenix. I didn't have to build these Immortals. I could take a quick third base off Blink. So that's what I want you guys to try and think about. It's about getting the economic advantage and then overwhelming with Zealots. So I'm just going to speed up. I added Templar Archives and my 4th gas. Still hasn't taken a third base, and I've noted that, so I'm just all unit production. I even lose both my sentries this game. You know, this was not a clean game by me at all. The only good thing was I sniped his Warp Prism at this point. Hooray for me. I think this guy was, you know, 6k on career, so, or 6-1, so he's actually a very good player. And playing Blink Stalkers just forces mistakes like this. Sniping the Warp Prism is a massive deal. If you can, always go for the Warp Prism snipe, and especially, you'll see later, in big engagements, snipe the Warp Prism because your charge lot reinforcements will win the game for you. So now I'm going to go across the map, and let's look at the state of things. I have 2 Archons, second one's morphing. My Warp Prism just finished. Unfortunately, it's about to be killed, which really sucks for me. But we have pretty even worker counts. He has Immortals and some more Archons, but he doesn't have the Zealot count. I'm 20 Zealots to 6 Zealots, and Zealots in low Archon numbers, like before you're maxed, are so powerful in PvP. So even when I lose this Warp Prism, I have to play my push even further, you know, wait for a second Warp Prism. You know, I pull back at this point because you make sure you have the Warp Prism for reinforcements. But even with this, I just continue to warp in more Zealots, and as long as you're attacking, you know, at a reasonably, early time before Mass Archon comes out, you're going to be really good. Now, I'm moving out. Engagement just happened, I missed it. +2 is about to finish up for me. So let's see what happens. I actually get caught out of position this game. Completely. This fight should be really good for him. My Stalkers aren't here, I have a much lower army count. So I pull back. Here comes my Warp Prism. Stalkers, important to note, are not even in this fight. So, for all intents and purposes, I've played this game so poorly. I lost so many probes to the Phoenix. I lost my Warp Prism. I do have +2 attack in this fight, and that is, a saving grace, but, I take a terrible engagement. And we're still just going to crush over him, just because we have 10 more Zealots than him, and we warp in a whole bunch more. We now blink onto his Warp Prism. Snipe that, hell yeah. And these Immortals, they do nothing. They do nothing at all. Immortals are so useless in PvP before you're maxed. Archons and Zealots are really where it's at. So we win that fight, and we go on to win the game. He taps out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this replay and this guide on how to play Oracle versus Phoenix. It's a style that I've actually really enjoyed, and I've got a lot of great success with it. Try and hide that Oracle for as long as possible. Even if they don't get any probe kills, the threat of it on the map is so powerful that you can be greedy, take a quick third, etc. Then, what's stage 2? Blink Stalkers, right? Go across the map. If they're taking a third base, deny it. They have to turtle on 2 bases for a lot longer. You get that economic advantage, and behind this, stage 3, what is it? You're just spamming chargelots. Couple of sentries, couple of archons to break force fields, and you just go hit a timing on their third base with +2. That is your aim in this game, and I really hope you enjoy the style. You try it out on ladder. I think even with the nerfed Oracle, which I'm sure will be patched, even with the nerfed Oracle, it's still a great style, and I really, really recommend it. So, like, subscribe, do all those kinds of things. Have a good day. I'll see you guys around.